Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those of you who just accidentally clicked on this, welcome back to Topicopedia. It's episode 145, which means we've somehow managed to do this 145 times, and nobody's called the authorities yet. And that excludes the, of course, Podmas episodes.
Yes, but I think the operative word there is yet. There's still time for the authorities to be called. But we're back, baby. And this week, we've got a jam-packed show full of absolute nonsense, questionable humour, and at least one thing that will probably get us cancelled.
Standard. So what's on the menu tonight? First up, we'll be diving deep into the notable news of the week. Because let's be honest, the world is an absolute bin fire, and we need a laugh at it before we cry.
Then in this week's Unsolved Mystery, we're covering the Perch Garage Murders, a real-life crime story full of twists, turns, and more dodgy decisions than Steve's dating history.
Oi, you're rude, but fair. Then we'll be moving on to the absolute filth that is our Urban Dictionary words of the week, where we educate you on words you probably shouldn't say in front of your nan.
Unless your nan's cooler than mine. And of course, we've got the meme of the week, where we describe a meme to you, because nothing's funnier than two idiots trying to explain a picture you can't see.
We've also got our weekly jokes, some of which are so bad they could be considered crimes against comedy. But don't worry, we'll deliver them with confidence, and that's what really matters.
So grab a drink, sit back, and prepare to waste an hour of your life that you'll never get back. Let's get started.
That's optimistic, thinking we'll be done in an hour.
That is, isn't it?
I'm going to hark back to the very top of our prep sheet where it says, the general idea is we'll do half an hour episodes of 3 topics.
3 topics.
3 topics, half an hour. Boom, done.
We're quite lucky if we even squeeze out one topic sometimes. Yeah. And definitely there's never been a half-hour show, except for maybe the Podmas from the first year that we did Podmas, where we were going far too long.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
But I think it's a bit rude to say that that's an hour you'll never get back. I mean, you won't get it back, but you won't want it back. I think, you're well at home listening to us. You're having a good time.
Or you could be on the move. You could be walking down the M1 listening to us.
But not the M4, because they shut the M4. Did you see that in the news?
No, what have they shut the M4 for?
Oh, I've only seen... I've only seen very sort of little snippets, but apparently they found human remains along the M4 and they had to close it for a little while. So, yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's all I know. I don't know anything else, but yeah.
Hopefully it's not one of our listeners listening to our podcast getting distracted.
No, because we need every listener that we can get. We love them all. We love them all too much.
We do. We wouldn't want to see any harm to any of our listeners.
No, definitely not.
Oh, so I suppose firstly, get this out of the way before, otherwise I'll just completely forget and it won't get mentioned. I saw someone on my, I've had a rant about Facebook before. I'm going to rant again. Okay. Facebook just does not show you posts from half of your contacts. You just see the same people over and over again. And there's contacts who are on there who post stuff, and just like once in a blue moon, something will just appear, or maybe it'll show you, Yeah, and I found out that someone who I've got on Facebook actually does a podcast as well, who I had no idea.
No way, that's so cool.
Yeah, but it's just really bizarre. It comes out of nowhere like that. And they were complaining that they sound as bad as me for trying to plug stuff. They were complaining on Facebook that they've been kicked out of a lorry drivers group for trying to advertise their podcast.
Really?
Yeah. But I think actually lorry drivers are probably the perfect kind of target audience for a podcast. But stop me getting
agree.
quite so bored. I used to love listening to stuff when I was doing courier work on this, driving around the country and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
it's the perfect time to have something to tune into. Definitely.
Yeah. So why they kicked her out, I don't know. But I kind of can relate. The struggle is real, trying to get your podcast off the ground.
It is difficult. So everybody needs to give us a share. But also, you did tell me about this, and I actually have had a little listen to their podcast.
Have you?
And it's really good. Yeah,
it is.
Listen.
I quite like their concept. It's quite nice because they actually have something. They actually do some prep. and know what they're going to turn up with.
Yeah. We do prep as well.
Yeah. Loosely.
I've done a lot of prep today, right? So,
I started listening to one episode and they turned up and like, it was the one about the film. It's like, which one about the films is it? It was unforgettable films. And she's like, well, I've done them in different subcategories because depending on how traumatic we want to go, you can take your pick.
That's the episode I listened to as well. Was that episode 1 by any chance?
I don't think so. I don't think it went.
Was it most recent?
It might be the most recent. I think the first one was top 3 US sitcoms.
For anyone who's listening, the podcast is called Top 3. And it is actually really worth a listen, and they are quite fun to listen to. So definitely get over there and show them some love. And if you came from us, I think you should comment somewhere on their socials or on their Spotify or whatever, and just say that we sent you. But I also think we should do a little collaboration, and maybe we can share listeners a little bit.
Get them on, why not? So let's do a shout out to them because they checked us out as well. So Donna Henry, Suzanne Mills, and Carolyn Mason are the hosts of Top 3, and they turn up each. Is it weekly? I don't know. They turn up each episode and they they have a topic set, and they all turn up with answers, and they go through their top 3 and have a good discussion about it. And I did see a clip on social media, and they're a bit more showbiz than us. One of them, went to uni, and one of their mates dated someone from Blue.
Oh, cool.
So there you go. Yeah. So I have a feeling they've probably got more juicy gossip than us. They're hanging out with a different crowd to us. So.
Oh, don't say that. We've got a good crowd. Where would we be without Andy?
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Exactly.
But they're worth checking out. So if you think that we don't send out enough episodes out, then there you go. Add them to your list as well.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of Andy, I've got a tiny little bit of feedback from him. Do you want me to read it out?
Okay, yeah, we'll go. We can do feedback, and then we can do how the week's been.
Well, I've only got a smidgen.
Okay.
So I thought I'll do it whilst I remember. So you said, I'm glad Nicole was feeling better after Mushroom Gate. I guess one couldn't say she ate so many as there wasn't mushroom in her stomach after.
Oh, nice one. How did I miss that one at the time?
Fun fact, Andy, I'm not better. I'm not 100%. Unfortunately.
Oh, so that does roll into how our week's gone. Okay, that works.
It does. He also says, also things that people don't finish on the whole, like stationery front paper clips. They mostly get linked together or lost, but never finished, and they're always in a box of like 100 or so. So yeah, that's a good one. We didn't say that one, did we?
Yeah, no, I didn't think about paper clips. Yeah, you get loads. Loads in there.
You only ever need a couple of paper clips ever, don't you? I mean, you don't really need that many, do you?
No.
And they give you so many.
It's like me on AliExpress when I was thinking, adding freebies to our business cards, putting SIM pins on there, and I've ordered I got a bag of 1,000. Yeah. When am I going to give out 1,000 business cards? Like, really, I'm never going to get to the end of that bag.
To be honest with you, though, because I know you give them out as freebies with orders, don't you? I probably shouldn't say that.
Oh, well, we do, because why not?
Well, I don't. Well, yeah, no. I mean, I sometimes do with my Vinted things. I'm not selling on Vinted for a minute because I'm waiting until April.
There you go.
I can't think why I would want to do that, but I'm waiting until April because, well, I made a lot of money last year. And I don't really fancy having to explain in great detail how I made it because it's fine. I don't actually have to pay tax, but I don't want it to be flagged, it's just annoying. So I'm waiting until April and then I'll be bang right on there. I've got loads to sell. So I'll be sending out my little free candles and my Topicopedia cards. I was going to say a thing and I've forgotten what it was.
Okay. But things you don't finish. There you go.
Yeah, paper clips. Good one, Andy. Thank you very much. And thank you for your feedback.
Excellent. So how's your week been?
Yeah, it's up and down. It's not been horrendous. My tummy's still sore and some days are better than others. Today's one of the not quite so good days. I've actually done a bit of Dr. Googling today and I know you're not supposed to do that. But I think I've got acute pancreatitis.
Oh dear, that sounds
And
serious.
it can be, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is in my case. I
And
think
it's
it's
just
all right.
just the way you pronounce it with its full name. It's like the stuff that isn't so serious kind of gets like nicknames, doesn't it? Like, oh, got his tummy bug or whatnot.
Yeah. So, I mean, with pancreatitis, it's often linked to heavy drinking, which I didn't do. Not recently, anyway. And
that was a Christmas episode.
Yes. Oh God! Imagine if this is the repercussions from that.
Yeah.
Or gallstones. Well, I don't have a gallbladder anymore, so it's not gallstones. But what I did do was eat 600 grams of Tesco's mushrooms because I didn't want them to go to waste. Now, I Googled my symptoms and it's looking at, it's suggesting pancreatitis. And I'm thinking, well, that's interesting because I've neither been heavily drinking nor have I even got a gallbladder. However, what I did do was eat all those mushrooms. So I Googled, can eating mushrooms give you pancreatitis? Believe it or not, Steve, the answer is yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There is an incredibly rare thing that can happen.
If it's rare, it's going to happen to you.
It will, yes, because I'm great at that. I am incredibly rare. It's called mushroom toxicity.
Oh.
And I think I gave myself mushroom poisoning. I did eat an awful. I think it's rare because who's actually stupid enough to eat 600 grams of mushrooms in one sitting? That's not normal. So, and it did literally start from the moment I finished eating those. So I'm pretty sure I have cracked the case. But I also checked my what's it? I was just going to say dispatch notes. Discharge notes. There we go.
Dispatch.
I keep
an airline. Yeah.
Or they could dispatch me the other way. Gone. There we go. That's dealt with that one. That's a relief on the NHS. But no, I checked them and I looked at all my blood tests and I Googled each blood test and what they're for, and not a single one of them was for pancreatic issues. So I think they've missed it.
Yeah.
So I think I might get on the blower to the GP tomorrow and just see if they think what I'm saying holds some weight, and if they're willing to send me for a blood test that would confirm or deny my suspicions.
You're gonna go in there and say, "Excuse me, Dr. Google and Mr. AI."
Yeah.
They are the OGs here.
If I come back next week and I was right, you'll all be sorry.
Yeah.
I'm actually convinced. I'm genuinely convinced because I ate all those mushrooms and that kick-started this. That must be what's happened. Anyway, but also I've got to have an endoscopy.
Okay.
And I booked the appointment for that yesterday. Terrified. Absolutely terrified. I thought they were going to, because I've had one before.
Yeah.
And they went up my nose and then it goes down your throat, which isn't too bad, right? Doesn't affect your gag reflex whatsoever. However, it turns out I just had like an upper GI endoscopy. I need to have a lower GI endoscopy, which means they go down the throat.
Okay.
And I'm terrified. I'm absolutely shitting it. So if anyone listening's had an endoscopy where they go straight down the throat...
You're speaking like you've never had anything down your throat.
No, I don't do things like that, Steve.
Okay.
I don't do things like that, Steve. No, but like for real, my gag reflex is pretty nuts, and I'm freaking terrified that I'm going to vomit or choke, and they're like two fears of mine. And I made the appointment yesterday and I sat there and cried and was like shaking, and I'm absolutely terrified. Look, I had not a good time with medical stuff, okay? Like, I think we all just need to remember I'm quite traumatized. I'm literally having therapy at the moment to try and get me over this stuff. And then more stuff's come up, and it's like, at least I'm talking to my therapist tomorrow, because it's like, hey, you got some serious work cut out for you, lady. Because you need to prepare me for this endoscopy and make sure I don't have a meltdown when I go in there. So, well, it was all fun. Anyway, that's my week. How you have?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, it's been nice to have. I've had a week off.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah, I'm actually booked time off work. It was, kids off. Was mum's birthday. Went out for a birthday meal.
Lovely.
Which is interesting because I got a 25% off voucher from my NG company off main courses off a pub chain. So I went to this sizzling pub that's near me. It was the nearest one I could find in this pub chain near me. Mitchell's and Butler is the chain. They've got like different chains beneath them, like Ember Inns and all that kind of stuff. I believe they've also got Miller and Carter, and the nearest one to me is Miller and Carter, but I think that's a bit more upmarket to be having 25% off vouchers for, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
They like to charge full price for their steaks. You're not getting discounts there.
No.
And so I went there. I did that cheeky thing first of like, okay, I don't want to just turn up and kind of put them on the spot, so I'll go online and book a table. But I booked it like an hour before we were going. And I thought that'd be fine because it was midweek.
Yeah.
I thought,
that makes sense.
It's not going to be busy.
Oh, half term. Yeah, but it shouldn't even in half term be that busy, should it?
No. And it wasn't. And we got there and it was busy. They didn't have a table for us. It kind of like pulls them together and made us a thing. But they put us on this really high table. It's like, we're not really comfortable for eating food. So anyway, I went on the app and ordered and put in the discount code and whatnot. Got 25% off, which was lovely. And then we moved when a table cleared and like went elsewhere. But like half of the tables were taken up because people were playing Texas Hold'em poker or whatever in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, it was a bizarre setting to sit there and have a meal with people playing poker around you. But hey ho.
Oh, was it some sort of special social night or something?
I think it just looked normal. They must do it like weekly or something in there. And
I see.
Yeah, maybe they're not used to it being as busy as it was, and usually there's loads of room. So maybe that was the case.
Yeah.
It took like an hour for the food to come out from ordering, and then by the time we'd eaten
that's awfully long.
Yeah, I mean the meal was lovely. By the time we'd eaten it, obviously kids wanted dessert. And went back on the app, and they weren't serving food anymore. So that was a bit annoying. But thankfully there was a McDonald's on the way home, so we got McDonald's desserts. So it wasn't all lost.
Oh, it all sounds. I'd be really miffed actually with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I was a bit disappointed because when you go for a pub meal, you want to get the dessert as well, don't you? You want the pub dessert.
But moreover, if they allow you to book a table, they should have a table for you. And it's not your fault that you were kept waiting an hour and therefore couldn't get dessert. That's their fault, and they should stay and make sure that you finish your meal.
I mean, I probably could have asked them, but I just wanted to do it through the app, and I couldn't really be bothered
of course.
going and asking them. So it is what it is. You know, they could have had an extra 20 quid off us, and they didn't. So
they didn't.
So that's
wah.
Their loss. That's their fail, their epic fail rather than ours.
It certainly is.
Yeah,
it certainly is. Wow, gosh. So
that was.
Did you do anything else with the week?
No, not really. I've started trying to improve my smart home.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm going to try and switch from smart things to like home assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably means nothing to anyone. But I did get myself a new. I ordered it ages ago off AliExpress. Have you ever ordered from there? It's one of them where it comes from across the world.
I haven't, no.
Yeah, it's like stuff comes from China or whatever. But I got a nice little touchscreen, like 10-inch touchscreen or something. And it was 48 quid or something. And it came with quite funny. It came with a European plug. That's a bit annoying because I don't have an adapter for that. However, plugged it into the mini PC that I got for it, and it powers off the USB. This touchscreen, yeah, it's great. So it's just like, I don't need to use a plug socket for that. Then I can just power it off.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, so that is my project now to get all that running, and it's a lot more complex than Smart Things was, but theoretically a lot more powerful.
Explain it to me, because I'm going to be honest, the whole smart home thing hasn't worked out for me. I don't use any of it now with the exception of using Alexa to play music. That's literally it. I no longer use it to control anything. I've put normal bulbs in my bedside lamps because they just kept not working. They go wrong very easily and very quickly. So is what you're doing better, and is it sort of a bit more future proof than the smart home thing?
Yes. Trying to move away from Wi-Fi devices and have, because that's kind of an issue, because then if you get a new router or whatnot, then you've got to try and set it all up again a lot of the time. So yeah, using Zigbee is far more reliable.
Right. And so how does it work though?
It's magic. Yeah, Zigbee kind of uses a different network, but like your smart meters in your home, they use Zigbee to talk to each other.
Okay.
So, and to your in-home display and whatnot. But yeah, it's just basically like another way of different things talking to each other within a network, but lower power than Wi-Fi and more reliable than Wi-Fi.
Right, you're going to have to send me some details of this later on so I can have a look into it.
So what else arrived, which I was quite excited to set up, was I got a light switch.
Ooh,
for the kitchen light.
The boat out there.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
did you normally have to give it a kick or something?
You used to have to flick a switch to turn the light on or off.
So now you have a new switch.
Yeah. So now I can either tap it on or off, or I can go on an app and turn it on and off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And I've put a sensor in the kitchen, so when it's dark and you walk in the kitchen, it'll turn the light on.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about the switch.
Just think of all those calories we're wasting every time we lift an arm to fix
Exactly. But everyone kept leaving the kitchen light on. I'm like, right, you know what? I don't want to keep coming down at 7 a.m. and find the kitchen light on. I will have it so I could just turn everything, get in bed, press off to every light in the house.
I love that. Do you know that would be really good, apart from obviously the kitchen, but sort of like in the hall, like the landing and in the bathroom, so that when you get up in the middle of the night, you can just step out, the light comes on. You don't have to have it on overnight, because we keep our bathroom light on overnight because I worry where it is on the stairs. I worry about people tripping. But if the hallway, the landing light was to come on when you stepped out, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. And then the bathroom light was to come on when you go in there. That would be amazing.
Yeah. That's the magic you can do. You see, I think my next step is I'm trying not to bore everyone here, so I'll talk about this and then we'll move on. But I want to get one for the bathroom, because when I got the bathroom done, the extractor fan is linked to the light. So you turn the light off, the extractor fan goes off.
Yes.
So what I want to do is put a smart switch on that with the sensor and a timer, so that when you leave the room, it'll turn the light off after like 5 or 10 minutes rather than straight away.
Yeah.
So it can keep taking the steam out.
Steve, I'm getting a little bit wet over this idea. I'm not going to lie.
That's going to be
exciting.
This could end up being a spin-off podcast potential of Home Assistant automations and things we've linked to things. Yeah, I was really surprised because I installed that Home Assistant on that computer and it was connected to my network. It's like, oh yeah, you got a TV. The TV I use for my DAC board is a Samsung one. And it was like, oh, this has this feature. And it's like, literally, I can go into Home Assistant and click play on something and it will kick the DAC board off and just start playing something on that screen. So I could just immediately like play what I want on that board. And then when you press stop, it then just goes back onto DAC board. It's great. So it's... So
you're having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, there's so much I can do. But it's like, it's one of them things, you start playing with it, you're never going to finish playing with it. You're just going to constantly keep adding things and adapting things. And
I love a project.
Yeah.
I think it sounds absolutely brilliant. Oh my God.
So there's going to be
so into that.
There's going to be a lot more of me messing with that. So yeah, it's all good fun.
It is. Yeah. Oh, I'm impressed. Okay. Well, I want to hear more about this in future weeks. Definitely.
Excellent. Yeah, I will keep you posted.
Please do. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what I put on the prep and then realizing that I've actually seen a few things since that.
Oh, okay.
That I will play. I'm going to try and find them again and play them.
Okay.
This is going to like play right to me getting more bloody notifications through about things I'm not interested in. But oh well, it is what it is, right? So You know where this is going, don't you?
No, I don't.
Looked up. I'm gonna go back on Topicopedia's account rather than mine because I'm not searching these up again on mine. Sorry.
It's research if we do it on the podcast one.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. If we do it on our personal one, it's just weird.
Yeah. So we are looking up. Yeah. So this article came up this week saying, and this didn't surprise me at all when I read this. It said Bonnie Blue is claiming she will live stream herself giving birth in just 8 months' time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who's the father?
Well, that has then obviously sparked...
Could be one of 1,000 men, couldn't it?
1,087 men on one day.
That's just one day,
That's just one day, yeah. So, I don't know. What do you make of that? Do you think there was any... Do you think this has completely been fabricated by the media, or do you think she kind of set it up?
I think she very much uses the media and manipulates them, and I wouldn't put it past her to have set it up. I think that's what she does.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that, because for them to start writing articles like this, I think she has fed something to them somewhere.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Now, this is what I saw on one of the posts that it says, because for some bizarre reason we don't follow Bonnie Blue Schoolies, but it keeps saying you might be interested in having a watch of these TikToks from Bonnie Blue Schoolies. So I don't know if my phone just like heard us talking about it or something.
Well, we did post those lovely mathematical statistics about her. So maybe it's something to do with that.
It could be. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's picked that up. Yeah. The hashtag's in that. So she has been, it looks like she's been on a podcast. Obviously not been on the podcast because... Not a very good one, obviously. Yeah, exactly. And she was questioned about it. So this is what happened.
Okay.
Are you pregnant?
I am not pregnant.
Okay. Right, yeah. Statement over.
I am not pregnant. Like the media, I'd say about like a week ago, started like making rumours about me pregnant, and quite a lot of the media approached me and said, look, can you add a comment? And at the time I was like, comment on what? Because I'm not pregnant. I haven't even hinted at it. Like nothing has been mentioned. Very different storylines to what they usually go for. Usually it's just like, oh, those men are disgusting. Like those men in your queue are weird. But this time they decided to go like a completely different route.
I actually remember how it begun. Is we were just sitting there and you're going, this person's put online that I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there was another one, and then there was articles, and then it was a thing.
Yeah, then suddenly like I hadn't hinted at this point, I hadn't done anything, like just going about my normal day, and suddenly it's apparently I'm pregnant or rumoured to be pregnant. So then sort of the last 24 hours, I decided, okay, like I don't usually benefit too much, like, well, I benefit from the media, but I guess like followers don't as such. So it was like, okay, let's turn this, because I do want to start giving back. And this was like a way for me to start doing that. So the last 24 hours, I've hinted at being pregnant. Like I have never confirmed I was pregnant, because I would never ever lie about pregnancy.
So Bonnie.
Mm-hmm. I would never lie about pregnancy, but I'm just going to hint at it.
Yeah, that, I mean, what, you're just going to tickle the lie?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a bit strange statement to make, isn't it?
I conclude she talks more bollocks than she's had smashed against her.
Oh, absolutely. She's come into contact with... They say you are what you eat, don't they?
Yeah.
She's a load of bollocks. Yeah.
Yeah, and because obviously... oh, God. See, look at this one as well. She just doesn't change, right? Listen to this.
This year I'm going to be in Cancun and Miami for spring break. Cannot wait for you to use my holes and get me on my knees. This year I'm going to be...
Right. Seriously, she just... That wasn't the clip I wanted to play. Hang on, let me go with this one.
No, but also she doesn't sound at all sexy when she says that.
No,
Does she?
No.
Is it just me? She sounds like she's like, I don't know, she's on a Zoom call for a business meeting or something.
Yeah, listen to this one about last year at spring break.
Okay.
Okay, so last year at spring break, I slept with 122 college boys and it was amazing. One of the guys actually sent the full video to his mum. What a good relationship they have. Okay, so last year at
Right, so what the hell? Right, I'm concluding this is all just bollocks at this point.
Yeah.
Who is sending a video of themselves getting railed by this? What is she? I don't like to slut shame. She's...
No, it's not about slut shaming. It's more about the fact that she's portraying... I think she's a danger to... well, both young men and women, if I'm honest with you. I think I've given her a bit of and the other one, a bit of slack, because I don't necessarily disagree with what they're doing, but I don't agree with how they handle the topic and how she uses terms like barely legal and educating and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and whilst, letting them line up and wear balaclavas whilst they, have a quick dip and dip, literally. So I don't know. It's I just find, I don't even know what I was going to say. She's just vile.
Yeah,
she's vile.
Yeah,
I don't like her at all, and I think she's a danger. I think the message she puts out to both young lads and to women is just not great, and I don't think that the things that she promotes can possibly be good for things like incel culture and things like that. She's openly said that women are lazy if they don't pleasure their husbands, and it's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, we're just what? Machines. We're supposed to just, like, there are lots of reasons that might not be happening within a relationship.
But did you tweet what was said there? One of the people had filmed it and then sent it to his mum.
That's not happened. She just talks shit because ultimately that's what gets attention.
Unbelievable.
What a great relationship they have. Go fuck yourself for a change.
So she loves it because obviously we talk about her and advertise the fact that she is what she is. But there again, at the same time, I'm using her for a bit of content here.
Yeah, she's making very good content for us. And if when we tag her in things, it gets us attention. So thanks, babe.
Yeah, we'll just have to share this again. Yeah, I'll be clipping this out later. Hello, TikTok.
Yeah, definitely. We'll tag her in it, shall we, this time?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is she hasn't got a blue tick on that account. You'd think the first thing Mr. TikTok would do would go, oh, this woman deserves a blue tick because, well,
Now, maybe she doesn't get a blue tick because she's got a blue waffle.
You can have one or the other. You're not having both.
You cannot have both. You have to have a clean waffle before we're letting you have a blue tick, Miss Blue. Just because it's in your name doesn't mean you're entitled. Beach.
But yeah, it is disturbing the fact that this in this TikTok handle is Schoolies1 and it says Bonnie Blue Schoolies.
Yeah.
So yeah, just bit disturbing. So there we go. Because obviously in the UK, vile. If you're in school, you're not a legal age.
No, exactly. Yeah, we have different terms for it, don't we, over here? If you're in school, you're far too young.
Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, as you say, she's a danger to everyone.
She is. She is. I think she puts out a really frightening message. Definitely. Should we have something on a slightly lighter note that I found earlier today?
Yes, go for it.
I popped in a link into the prep, so feel free to click on that one.
Okay.
But the headline is video of Donald Trump kissing Elon Musk's feet played on TVs inside government building in shocking stunt.
Okay.
And I've not read any more into it. Okay. I just saw that and was like, we've got to mention it.
Yeah, I mean, you've found this on one of these websites that's completely full of the ads. So this is where my Raspberry Pi ad blocker steps in and cleans it all up. So So early today, while the rest of the Department of Housing and Urban Development were working hard to ensure Americans have access to fair, affordable housing and opportunities to achieve self-sufficiency, thereby strengthening the nation, those in the cafeteria treated it to a surprise viewing. Why did that whole thing just sound like a big... That's blatantly been put into ChatGPT.
Of course
they've been
it has.
lazily writing this. Television in the cafeteria came under attack from... it's not been publicly ascertained yet, but someone who decided to take the opportunity to broadcast AI material showing what appeared to be the US president and Musk in, a bit of a compromising position. AI, you can do that, and now you can quite easily cast to things like I did with that TV of mine, although usually you do have to press them on the TV first to allow that initial pairing, but you now these TV remotes have controlled by infrared, so you can usually just use an infrared signal and just use a phone or something to send that signal to control TVs. So so you can see how they've done it, but fair dues.
Funny.
It is. Funny. It is an odd thing to do. I mean, it's not really reaching the wider audience, is it? The people that work there already know who they work for. So,
I mean, yes. I mean, the video is in the article.
Yes. Let's have a look.
I haven't played it. So.
Okay. So it's just an AI video of Trump kissing his feet, and it says, "Long live the real king."
Damn,
Is that implying Elon Musk? Our mate Elon.
I bet Mr. Trump's pretty miffed.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Don't suppose he'd take that too well.
No,
but hey ho,
it's quite funny. Well, if anyone hears any more about that and we don't mention it, then please do let us know, because that's quite funny.
Yes.
I'd like some follow up to that one. Oh dear.
Anyway, have we got another mystery this week?
I've got you a mystery.
Oh, yeah, I look forward to this.
Yeah, so let me just get it up on my notes, because I have prepped it, and I'm going to read the story out to you. But
that's what Bonnie Blue says. Let me just get it up.
Oh God!
You didn't need that, did you? Sorry.
No, sorry. Right. So, have you heard of the Perch Garage murders?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it doesn't necessarily surprise me, but some people from down my neck of the woods might have heard of it, and they might have also thought that this is a solved case.
Okay.
However, it's no longer solved.
It unsolved itself.
It didn't unsolve itself, but it has become unsolved. So I will tell you the story.
Okay.
So set the scene. On the crisp evening of November the 5th, 2003, the tranquil Cornish countryside was shattered by a crime so heinous it would haunt the community for decades. Graham and Carol Fisher, a devoted couple who had managed the Perch Garage near Wadebridge for over 2 decades, were brutally murdered in their home adjacent to the garage. The date, Guy Fawkes Night, masked the sounds of their violent end, and as celebratory fireworks concealed the blasts that took their lives. So that's quite a good night to go and shoot up some bitches, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not quite as obvious, is it? And with the amount of noise going on around.
Exactly. And it is, I mean, I know the garage quite well. It's not there anymore. They've now put they've knocked it down, and they've put a small little shopping area up there. I think you can get a coffee, and there's some fancy looking places. But where it is very remote there. It's outside of the town of Wadebridge. And it's quite remote. I think a gunshot could go off there at any time, and it might not really alarm anyone necessarily. Yeah. So anyway, the following morning, a school bus driver made a grim discovery. Carol's lifeless body lay on the path outside their bungalow. Inside, Graham was found dead in the kitchen. Both had suffered shotgun wounds and severe blunt force trauma, possibly inflicted by a sledgehammer. The scene suggested a robbery gone awry. The dining table was set for dinner, the television still on, and a meal burned in the oven. Despite the apparent motive, cash remained untouched in the safe, deepening the mystery. So the investigation quickly intensified, and in December 2003, 2 shotguns were discovered buried on a beach in Weston-super-Mare, linking the crime to brothers Robert and Lee Firkins from the same area. Fingerprints and DNA evidence connected them to the weapons, leading to their arrest. The prosecution's case hinged on testimony from a fellow inmate known only as Witness Z, who claimed Robert had confessed to the murders while in custody. Despite the brothers' steadfast claims of innocence and the lack of direct physical evidence placing them at the crime scene, they were convicted in January 2006 and sentenced to life imprisonment. Ooh. So obviously a long time has passed, but the questions about the integrity of the conviction persisted. In 2015, the Criminal Cases Review Commission launched a new investigation focusing on the credibility of Witness Z, who had since been convicted of another murder, casting doubt on his reliability. By 2020, the case was referred back to the Court of Appeal, and in June 2023, new expert testimony revealed that Witness Z was a compulsive liar, leading the court to quash the brothers' convictions. The Crown Prosecution Service initially sought a retrial, but ultimately offered no evidence, resulting in the brothers' exoneration in December 2024. So this was only a few months ago. And Robert was released from prison while Lee remains incarcerated on unrelated charges. So the Perch Garage murders remain officially unsolved now after over 20 years, leaving a community still yearning for justice and closure. The case underscores the perils of relying on dubious testimony and has ignited calls for legal reforms to prevent future miscarriages of justice. But yeah, that's a bit scary. So now we don't know who's done it.
No. What is it with petrol stations?
Well, this is it, isn't it?
Because last week was Dave Gilson's, and he got killed on holiday in a freak accident, and one of his garages got burnt down, another one got robbed. And then in this case...
But they didn't get robbed.
They've not been robbed. Yeah. But saying that, though, maybe they couldn't get in the safe.
I mean, you'd
because it says the safe was untouched, but
they might. There would probably be evidence of them trying to get in.
I've worked in a petrol station, and the safes are pretty robust. They are.
I'm telling you now, whatever petrol station you worked in, this one in 2003, in the middle of nowhere in Cornwall with its like one pump or whatever, like trust me, it probably is like literally a cash box. I doubt it was much.
Is there a photo of it?
No. I mean, by all means, use Dr. Google and see if we can get any further evidence on this. I
mean, I'd love to know where the Perch Garage actually is located, because as you say, it's been flattened since then, so I don't know where it even is to look on maps.
Well, if you type in the Perch Garage murder on Google, you will find lots of information about it. I'm gonna have a little look on images. It does show you where it was, and what it looked like back in the day, so you can see.
The question is, if it wasn't the people who were originally arrested for it, did you say the guns that were found at Weston-super-Mare definitely had been used by...
Well, they were linked to the brothers. It didn't actually say what I read out to you. Not that I was reading, I was just recalling the story perfectly from memory.
Okay.
But it didn't actually say if that was linked to the crime scene, but they must have been.
You'd think so.
Surely, otherwise it doesn't make any sense, does it?
But then how is it also linked to the people that were convicted to it? How are they linked to that gun?
Perhaps the guns had nothing to do with it. Perhaps they were the wrong guns.
And look at the picture of Perch Garage. There is more than one pump. There is 6 pumps there.
There is. Okay, I'll give it that. I thought it was a bit smaller than that. Yeah, but
these old garages did have big safes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it's a mad one. It's a mad one.
So why would they must have really upset someone to have?
Well, that's it, isn't it? Have they? I heard something, and this was years and years and years ago, but that they might have been caught up in some sort of drugs thing.
Yeah.
Which would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because this is definitely the act of. This seems targeted, and it doesn't seem to be a robbery. So, yeah, maybe they had gotten. Maybe they owed someone money, but then they didn't take the money, did they? You think they'd help themselves?
Yeah, as I say, they might not have been able to get into the safe. Is a possibility.
Possibly.
But then at the same time, maybe they knew they weren't going to be good for the money.
Perhaps.
Maybe they just really upset them that bad that they knew they'd never be able to pay back what they owed. And they were just like, I'm going to end you.
Yeah, it definitely, to me, it feels like they didn't take anything because that would be stupid, because that's something that you've taken that links you back to the crime scene, isn't it? No matter what it is.
Yeah.
So, and you don't want to leave your DNA there by accident in trying to get into the safe or whatever. So I actually think whoever did this might have been kind of smart. And well, they must be, because they've gotten away with it. Well, two relatively innocent people, or at least in this case, took the flak for over 20 years. So, yeah.
But how gutted would you be to be banged up for 20 years for a crime you didn't commit?
I know, it's bad, isn't it?
I know one of them's still away for other offences, but, the fact that, the other one at least didn't...
Yeah, for a double murder, that's quite a big old charge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, is the person who actually did it at large still, or, have they... I
mean, they're obviously not on a spree, are they? Because otherwise you'd hear other stories of people getting murdered.
Yeah.
So maybe they just did it the once and were like, yeah, that's enough. I'm not really into doing that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they learned from their mistakes.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe they have got remorse. I don't know.
It feels too calculated. It feels too cold and horrible, and like they were smart enough to not take anything. I don't know. That just feels like like most people would be quite motivated by greed, I think.
Yeah.
To at least take something. They must have had something of value in their home, But for everything to be untouched.
Oh yeah, because the home was across the road, weren't it? You said.
Yes.
How across the road?
I say adjacent, so
I need to see a map. I can't visualize without a map.
I know, it's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, because okay, so I'm just trying to find this on Google Maps. I've gone like northeast on here.
Okay.
And I found a place called Nice Baps.
I know exactly where that is. That's like in the other direction, like between Weybridge and Camelford. And it's like a little burger van type thing, or a little like shack. I've never been there.
Oh, you're going to have to go. We need a photo of you with your Nice Baps.
I hope you're listening to this, Mum. Next time we go to Trelawney for a coffee, we need to just grab a quick selfie in front of the Nice Baps. Yes, you've got
to. And I did see another sign at the front as well about the footlong. So I think you should get a photo about the footlong as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say no to one of them.
Nice Baps and a footlong. What more could you want?
Well, nice footlong to pop between your baps. Yeah. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
There we go. Yeah. So anyway, out of curiosity,
yeah,
whereabouts is it? It's the opposite end. So like southwest, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently there now, it's like it's a bigger place now. It's got different shops.
Yes. So this is the A39 southbound, heading sort of like towards Truro, I guess, from Wadebridge.
That's the latest from Nicole with your travel.
To people who may understand. Yeah. Oh my God. Cringe. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, because there's a big massive field of solar panels next to it, like 3 fields full of solar panels.
Yeah, that's becoming like so much more common down here now. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Theoretically, yeah, it's cheaper energy for you. Theoretically,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if only.
Solar farming.
if only. Right. So, yeah. So now it's like a bunch of shops. It's like kind of almost like a mini retail park because you can drive up
Yes.
around the back of it and whatnot, can't you?
Yeah.
So looking this up on Google Earth, going back to 2001,
Okay.
which is nice. That's the joys of Google, being able to step back in time. Let me send you a couple of screenshots. So one's zoomed out a bit and one's like closer in of the
Okay.
garage and how it looked at the time and the surrounding properties. Now I'm looking at this
Okay.
thinking,
Oh.
where the hell is the adjacent house?
Yeah.
And the only thing I can find is what I call a farm. There
You
is
say that. No, wait. There is one. There's the bungalow. It's next to the garage.
is it that little bit at the back?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like right. So you've got like the garage. You can see where you can drive in, off, and out again, and
Yeah.
then just slightly south. There's a little bungalow behind the trees. It's where I thought it was, behind the trees there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're actually obscured from the road, aren't they? So you wouldn't actually see the house because of all the trees.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
I wonder, does Street View go back in time like this? Let's see if Street View can go back in time.
Oh.
It points it down, and Street View usually can go back in time on the let's go back on the main thing and see, because that's interesting because I've also just looked at it in 2005 and it closed down, and you can tell it's closed down because there's no cars there, and it just it looks a bit sorry for itself, and that's just looking from
It
above.
never looked great, if I'm honest. It never looked fantastic, but
It never looked good, but it looked a bit worse afterwards. Yeah, when it shut down.
yeah. Post murder, yeah.
Yeah, post murder. So we don't have put ourselves in some positions here. I apologise if you're offended by us laughing about a murder that happened 20 years ago. Sorry, not sorry.
We're not laughing about the murder. It's fine.
Okay. Well, that's true. Yeah, we're not laughing about that. The earliest Street View goes back to 2008.
Okay.
Which had already been demolished.
Oh, balls.
And so had the house.
Yeah.
And they're starting to build
it's
a new
all
thing.
gone.
And is that the house still there in the back? Hang on, that's too far away from the road. Still be the house, I think. So, you know, I'm going to send you the link. You can play along live and tell me if you think that them camper vans have something to do with where the house was, or the caravans. But no, I actually think they've been put there afterwards. I think the flat area in front of the caravans
Look at that.
might
So
be.
confused.
What can you see?
All right, here we go.
I think the flat area in front of the caravans, where it's like a grey ground, might be the foundation of the house.
I think that's where the house was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all been levelled, and they built that little, as you say, like a little retail area.
Yeah, and kind of expanded backwards a bit.
Yeah, it is an odd one. It is a real odd one because, frankly, it's one of those plots of land. It didn't need to have anything there, really. You could turn that back to farmland; it would have been fine. But it always fascinates me a little bit that they decided to do something with it.
Yeah.
Given its history, but there we go.
So yeah, if you got any other ideas as to what it could have happened, then as to why that murder happened.
Or if you're local or to us or to the brothers, Western Supermare, you might know a bit more than we do. So yeah, get in touch with us, topicopedia.online or any of our socials. We'll be thrilled to listen.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there isn't a Street View of back in the day. And because I'm curious as to whether it's just like a petrol station, if it was like a garage, like maybe they messed someone's car up and they were really pissed about it.
Yeah.
Maybe like the head of the mafia's car or something, you know, they were working on that and they you know, did irreparable damage to it. And
it seems so extreme, doesn't it?
It does. I just can't work out why they were murdered. So that still remains to me a mystery.
Yeah. Agreed. It's we may never know, unfortunately, but if it ever does get solved by the appropriate authorities or whatnot, I shall update us all.
Excellent. I look forward to that.
Yeah, me
So we need
too.
to.
If it ever happens.
Interestingly, if you ever go to that petrol station, the forecourt is still there. So if you go to that retail park, the forecourt is still there.
Yes.
They never actually changed the concrete at the front.
There you go.
It's still the original. So where the got different kind of flooring where the canopy was over it, and then the concrete around. Yeah, just a bit of history there for you. If you go there, take some pictures. Also visit Nice Baps. Get pictures there.
Yes, got to be done.
We want to see your photos. So are we guessing? So yeah, the house is the bungalow next door to it then. Oh, bless them.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for them.
I'm pretty sad. It's awful, isn't it? And you see pictures of them. They're just, a couple in their 50s, I think they were, something around like that. And they just look nice and normal, don't they? So
Yeah.
Who knows?
There we go. Right, I wanted to mention this story, which I spotted before we came to record. I thought, you know what? If I don't save it now, then I'll forget to mention it next week. And I just thought this was funny, right? Okay. So this has appeared in a newspaper on our website from a newspaper. And it tickles me. It's written by Helena Vesti, and it says NHS social care and patients reporter. Okay, well, good. Until you read the article and goes, it's Robert Melman, the owner of Jardim Rodizio in Altrincham, it's a restaurant in Altrincham, has told the Manchester Evening News he is still in disbelief following an incident that took place on February the 20th, Thursday evening.
Okay.
Following a routine inspection of the bathrooms, he realised a sink had gone missing.
What?
A sink had gone missing. I sent you the picture of where the sink was. Let me send you a picture of what the sink should have looked like. It's quite funny because this article has pictures of said sink and said missing sink. Also, where sink.
This is one of those posh bowl type ones, isn't it?
Yeah, made out of stone. Yeah. So this sink went missing, and it's hilarious because they got CCTV footage of the woman who entered the eatery and suspected to steal it, right? And they blurred her out in full. Like, not even just blurred her face out. They had blurred out the full woman. And like it says, she came in with an empty bag and then left, and the bag looked full. I mean, it would. It's quite a big bowl. Like, for comedy value, at least don't blur out the bag. We want to see.
No,
we want to see.
We want to see your bag.
We want to see how this ballsy woman went in, unplumbed a sink, and took it with her. Like.
That's crazy.
So it's
actually not as nice a looking sink as I thought it was going to be, It's fine.
You won't go through that effort to acquire one, would you not?
I've seen better that I might steal. I'm not going to. Don't sue.
Yeah, so I reckon she was in the bathroom for, what did it say now, like 9 or 10 minutes, something like that. Oh, 11 or 12 minutes later, she came out. So the owner, 72-year-old Mr. Melman, believes her bag was full of the sink, and then she left around 8:17 p.m. And said it's not that difficult to unplug the plastic pipework that surrounds the sinks. And he's had lots of people steal things over the years, and he said he's got strings of restaurants and cafes, and he's usually it's like bottles of wine and things like that that go missing, but nothing like that. Quite unusual.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe it, and he said all he could do was laugh. Cost him around 150 quid. He said, it's not terrible. What can you do? I mean, I think he's taken that really well. I'd be a bit pissed off.
He's taken that far too well. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be really, really angry.
He sounds like he's got to that point in life where he's like, you know what? It gave us a laugh. Yeah, worth 150 quid that. Yeah, just for the laugh. Yeah. So good on the guy for having such a a chilled way of dealing with it. But I would have, you know, it's great he's come out and provided the photos so you can see what's been nicked. But the photo of the woman who's done the stealing, come on, we wanted to see that big bulging bag.
We want to see how obvious it was that she was struggling to carry that thing. I mean, they say, don't they, you know, I've packed everything bar the kitchen sink, but she actually took the sink.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, that's impressive. Do you reckon she made the trip specially to take the sink? Like
it sounds like it because it said she went in to use the toilet. She didn't have a meal there or anything. She wasn't like, oh, well, my meal was a bit crap, so I'm going to take something of equal value. No, she was like...
That's crazy.
I'm going to go in, you know, maybe have a dump, maybe not have a dump. And then I've got to bring up poo. I've done it this week.
Naturally.
Got to go turn my bike around, or not turn my bike around, and take a souvenir home with me, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if she'll go back for the toilet bowl.
I hope not. I'd like to see the bag. Well, look, yeah, we need to see the bag.
Yeah. I mean, who carries a bag that big that you could fit one of them in? You'd be talking... I mean, would that even fit in a little bag? Or, you know...
I don't know.
It'd probably fit in an IKEA bag, but then that's difficult to conceal then. In fact, the IKEA bags aren't that deep. They're like that really wide, but not that deep.
I've not seen an IKEA bag, so...
You've never seen IKEA? You've never been to IKEA?
You know I've not been to IKEA.
Oh my God. How long have we been doing this podcast for now?
Nearly 3 years.
Right, and you've never been to IKEA?
No. You're going to have to drive down here, get me, take me all the way to Exeter. It's the only way. No one else wants to go to IKEA.
Oh, man, you'd have a field day in there, you.
I know.
Be buying all sorts.
There is a bit of... I might have to go to Exeter with a friend of mine in the coming weeks. If that's the case, I will see if IKEA is wildly out of our way and see if we can go in for some meatballs.
Yes, have the meatballs. Get yourself some scented candles.
Well, look, if I could eat again by then, because unfortunately, at the moment, I can only just about manage tomato soup and a bit of bread.
Pick yourself up the mushroom risotto.
Oh, Steve, honestly, whatever's wrong with me, it's the best diet I've ever been on and simultaneously the worst. It's miserable, but it's also kind of brilliant. Oh, dear.
Oh, you know what else I forgot to mention, which I wanted to mention at the start? One of the best things about my week off is that going back to work on Sunday morning, I woke up and, you know, my curtains were open and faintly in the distance I could see some light in the sky. Yeah, it's happening, boys and girls. The days are getting longer again. I mean, they've been getting longer again for a while, but now it's getting to the point where, you know, you're actually noticing it, and it's like, nice, you know. Yeah, a couple of weeks' time, I won't have to turn a light on in the morning. It'll be like light enough in the house for me to just like get ready in the morning. Yeah, and I'm all for it, you know.
That's amazing. I mean, yeah. We are getting there. We're nearly at the end of Feb now, aren't we?
We are.
We're
Depending on when you're listening, it might have finished.
That's true.
If you've left it late to listen to this week's episode, you could be...
Yeah, you might... Well, you could be any time in the future, really. So you could just be laughing at us, as you should. But I don't know. I think... I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay.
It's gone. I got sidetracked.
It's been a bit warmer this week as well, which has been a bonus.
It has. I've noticed that because when I go to the bathroom, it no longer says like 11 degrees anymore. It's starting to say 15 or 16 degrees.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, it's tropical.
I noticed that like my gas usage has gone from being like £5 a day to like £2. So that's
God,
nice.
for a second, I thought you said gas usage.
My gas usage has also dropped significantly.
Yeah, but it sounds cheap.
Yeah. It's like Bonnie Blue, though. You only get 30 seconds and that's it. You got to make the best of that 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like that with my gas. Yeah, definitely. Oh, dear. Didn't last long, did it? I was being quite well behaved today.
Yeah,
and then it
we
had
did
to happen at the last minute.
We did well. Okay.
Okay. So I suppose we ought to do it. We ought to do it.
What?
Go on.
Oh, you
Go
want Urban Dictionary?
Give it to me, Steve. Give it to me.
Oh dear. Okay.
Enlighten me with your knowledge.
Okay, here's the blatantly American one. So you're not going to get it, but hey ho, we'll go with it because it's the first thing that comes up. Whole life fusion.
Oh.
Whole life fusion.
Okay.
When you watch so many Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies in a row, and all the storylines are so similar that you start to morph the stories and characters together. Using context.
You might as well.
I had some really whole life fusion going on today. Halfway through one Christmas movie, I asked my husband where the lead guy's little daughter was, and he said, in the last movie on the other channel.
That's actually happened to someone, and that's why they've uploaded it, isn't it?
Yeah,
you just know it.
You can tell that that's the case. I've seen memes about that before, like around Christmas, where like apparently in America they do have these channels where it's just rip off Christmas movies, but all the covers look the same as well. They're all like green and red and like follow the same theme.
I just actually can't stand those films. They're just so bad. They're so cheesy. I love a good like girly film. I really do. But those are so... I can't get on board with them. I just can't do it. They are terrible. And honestly, I don't know how you do differentiate between each one because they've all got the same people in.
Yeah.
And the stories are generally the same. So I don't get it. I can't believe people actually watch them.
Yeah. Okay, what's an Americon?
Oh, this is where America sells you the dream, but really the reality is it's a nightmare.
Okay, no, you're not far off.
Conned you out of the dream. Okay.
There's a couple of things here. There's two of it used in context, and there's two definitions. So definition 1, an American idiot. Open bracket, see George Bush, close bracket. Usually Christian/Catholic, obsessed with money, doesn't give a shit about anyone other than himself. They're hypocrites and don't practice what they preach. See priest. Second thing for it is a fucking awesome song by Slayer from their new record, World Painted Blood.
Well, there you go.
That's a song I've never heard. So using context... those fucking Americans are preaching their hypocrisy again, and they wonder why every fucking country hates them. This is coming from another American. And then the second one, it's all about the motherfucking oil, regardless of the flag upon its soil.
Okay.
Okay. Here's another one for you that's come up on the random page. In case you've searched for it. Time.
Is that not what you put in your
No,
food?
it's TIME time.
Oh.
And this has only got one upvote and no download votes.
Okay.
And it's written by You Won't Need to Know My Name.
Okay.
And it says, what you're wasting just searching the definition on this site. You're wasting your time looking at this example. Oh dear.
He's not even wrong. That's the worst part, isn't it?
No, that's why I chose to read it.
I like that.
Okay. This one's got 37 downvotes and only 17 upvotes, and it was added in 2003. Biatch.
Okay. Right.
What does it mean?
Well, it's just bitch, isn't it? But we're cutesifying it to make it okay.
This says, a title which emphasizes a subject's ability to regain control in a particularly demanding situation. I.e., Mr. Solomon revealed his gusto at the biatch of the stock market crash last week. Bravo, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, as a biatch of the stock market crash last week. So, yeah, okay.
Right.
We'll take it. You want a good one now, don't you? You're going to want a good one.
Give me a good one. Yeah, I need something to keep me going for the next week.
Okay.
Oh God.
Why has this one come through? Okay. What's a plumper Nicole?
A what?
A plumper Nicole.
Oh, I don't think there could be one. I definitely think I have level maxed on the plumpness.
A plumper Nicole defines the act of a person kissing another one's feet where an injury is located. Example, Nicole's fat ass gave me a heart attack and made me scrape my food. So she gave me a plumper Nicole while I ate her... What?
Ate her what?
Yeah, ate her pussy on a handstand to make up for it. I mean, the worst thing is whoever's written this definition have actually spelt plump Nicole wrong in the example and put Plumpenny Chloe. But Plumpenny Chloe.
Oh.
Yeah, that's completely...
That's really weird, though. What a straight. Well, anyway, we'll take that. That's probably the best one so far this week.
You know what? I'm gonna screenshot that. That can go on. That can
it's going on our blog, is it?
Go on stick it on the socials. Why not? We'll push the boat out.
Socials.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
We will, because that is an interesting definition, to say the least.
It's definitely that. Definitely that.
Yeah. Okay. That's that was unexpected.
Okay, let's move on. Have you got a meme for us this week,
Have
Steve?
I got a meme?
You will be pleased to know that you won.
Oh, did I?
Again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm relieved. Okay. So this week's is gonna be. Oh man, I didn't actually select one. I was looking through earlier, thinking which one do I go with, and I think I will go with. I can't do that one. How risky are you going this week?
It's not at all, really.
Okay.
Not really. It's not the greatest, I'll be honest.
Oh, okay. I'm going for cheesy this week.
Okay.
Okay, so it's one of these stock photos, and it's a guy in a restaurant ordering his food from the waiter, and the waiter's got a bow tie on. He's got his turkey teeth on the go. And the guy, he's at the restaurant. He's got his shirt and tie on. No tie. His shirt and jacket. He says, "Waiter, will my pizza be long?" And the waiter says, "No, sir. It'll be round."
It's the look on his face. It's just perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, why are you asking me that? Like, it's not going to be long. It's going to be round.
Oh, I love it. Right, let me send you mine. Mine is quite a simple one. I hope I haven't done it before because it's tough. I can't find another one. So this one, you've got a picture of a dog and a picture of a cat, and the dog has got this really cute heart-shaped marking on its forehead. And it said, the caption says, "I have a heart on my head."
Why do I think you've brought this one before?
Oh, I hope not. And then the cat has an interesting marking on his face, and he just says, "Good for you."
You're not describing the marking on the cat's face.
It looks a bit like what you want to put between your baps at the nice baps place. It looks a bit like one of them footlongs. It looks like actually it's going between the baps. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It looks like cock and balls. The cat has cock and balls on his face. He's not loving life. He's not happy. So yeah, head over to topicopedia.online where you can vote for your favorite meme of the week.
Favorite.
And we'll see who wins it next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I've looked back through the history and I can't yet find it. So it's not been done recently. If you have done it before, I just feel like I've seen it. But maybe we've used it. Maybe we've seen it somewhere and just never used it.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? If anyone does find it in our list that I've not noticed, then
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am sorry. I've tried. I tried really hard.
Oh, you did once bring the cat that looked like it was going to invade Poland.
Well, there you go.
So you've got a thing for animals looking like things.
Well, what can I say? It's just quite funny, isn't it? It's just quite funny.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, we have done a lot of memes of the week now.
We have. We've done a hell of a lot. Not as many memes of the week as we've done episodes, but yeah, we've done a lot.
Still a lot. That's a long page. If you want to look through any of our old memes, you can find them at topicopedia.online and click on past memes.
And if you just need to steal a meme, feel free. We don't mind. You know, sometimes you just need a meme, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, where are we up to? Oh,
have you got a joke?
Oh, yeah.
Make me laugh. Make me laugh.
Make you laugh. I'll give it a go. Right?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did the chicken nugget cross the road?
Oh, I don't know.
To catch up with his friends.
Oh, that's terrible. That's really bad. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Warming up.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
I've got my next two jokes both involve walking into a bar. So we'll start with this one, okay?
Okay.
So a guy walks into a bar and he says, "Oh, what scotch have you got?" So the bartender says, "I've got the finest scotch in the world, but it's really expensive. It costs about 300 quid a glass. But you have to do some other things before you're allowed to have it."
Oh, okay.
The guy says, "Okay, what do I have to do?" Because he really wants to try this scotch. It must be good if it's 300 quid a go. The bartender replies, "Well, in addition to the 300 quid, there's a woman upstairs who's never had an orgasm in her entire life. And there's a native silverback gorilla out the back who's got a very serious back problem. And if you can give the woman an orgasm and cure the gorilla of its back problem, you can have the scotch." So, you know, this woman, this gorilla are obviously causing this guy some hassle, and it's worth getting it sorted. So the guy says, "Okay, you got a deal." So, you know, he places 300 quid on the table and, you know, triumphantly strides out back. And he's out there for almost an hour, and you can hear grunting and sounds of intense physical strain of the man trying to cure the gorilla. And after a very long time wrestling with it, the man comes back into the bar, his shirt ripped to shreds, he's covered in bruises. He says, "All right, so now where's the one with the back problem?"
Yeah. Oh. Oh, God, no. Oh, that's awful. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
What a mistake. What a mistake to make.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that, do you? Okay, so a monkey walks into a bar and orders a pint, and the bar owner charges him 15 quid. So trying to make conversation, the bar owner says, "Oh, I've never seen talking monkey in here before." And the monkey says, "Oh, not surprised when you're charging 15 quid a pint."
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's entirely fair. Well, what do you call a guy who is really loud?
Oh, I don't know.
Mike.
Okay.
What we're both talking on right now, Steve.
Raphone. Mike Raphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Although technically the microphone isn't loud at all.
I'm not sure this is as bad as your... Well, it can be, can't it?
No, the microphone doesn't make any noise. Speakers make noise.
Well, no, but it amplifies, doesn't it?
No.
The speaker does. You know what? Right, okay. It's not... I still don't think it's as bad as your chicken nugget joke, right?
Okay. I don't know. I beg to differ.
I was quite polite about your chicken nugget joke, but all right, fine. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Okay. I was on the phone to my house insurance provider today, and they gave me some really bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they said if someone comes into my house in the middle of the night and steals my duvet, I won't be covered. Oh, God, okay.
Where have you got these from this week?
Why can't... That one was actually given by a person.
Okay.
Somebody I asked for a joke and they gave it to me and I laughed at it. So, so I use it. Why can't T-Rexes clap?
Because they've got really short arms.
Yeah, no, it's more because they're dead, really, isn't it? I got a laugh!
You did.
Finally. Well, on that note, after we finally got some joy out of Steve. God, that was quite the extraction. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Topicopedia. As always, head over to topicopedia.online, where you can look at our blog posts, you can look at our past memes, you can look at our current memes and give them a little vote, and you can sex us? Send us your sexy feedback via our sexy feedback form. It's not a good day for me today.
You can sex us via this feedback form. That'd be interesting.
Oh, please don't sex us. I haven't got the strength at the moment. I'm not eating properly. Of course, you can get in touch with us via any of our social medias, and we will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.